You could think of climate change as a risk that has been growing further and quicker than was initially expected, let's say 20 years ago, in fact. And unfortunately, as long as we don't see with our own eyes the consequences of a risk, meaning that the risk starts to materialize in front of us, there's a little bit of a step back that is taken, and that explains the reason why it's a natural trend that humans are sort of delaying decisions related to these risks, even if and even when they're actually made aware of their existence. It is clear that what I started to allude to, meaning the credit crisis and the valuation adjustment, could be an approach to try and think of climate change and its consequences, be it on the other environmental elements such as biodiversity loss or disruption in the water systems, but also on their societal consequences. You can think that as a risk that should be accurately assessed, first recognized, second mapped, three assessed, and then take that into account into how you would think of a business strategy that incorporates this, be it in the pricing of your products, in the way you produce them. Think of an industrial company. It's got all of their value chains, all of their supply chains. All of these elements are weighing on that. And sometimes there have been materialization of real risks, meaning an interruption in the supply chain. For example, for one of the suppliers, key suppliers of a small component, a very well-known example of Porsche last year, in Switzerland, got stuck for 3 weeks, couldn't provide the factories, resulted in a 2 billion loss in terms of production halt, in fact. So that's an element that was not priced in, actually, in their strategy. And you've got a host of them, in fact. What I mean by that is the link with risk is there is, and it's currently happening, an erosion of margins, EBITDA, whatever, that are related to some extreme weather events